Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a quick reading. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is the pressure of it all. So, the pressure of it, the pressure. This has got to be a quick reading because I have a whole bunch of craziness. I'm also going to have to change the time. Oh my God, am I not live? Am I live? Hold on, guys. Y'all, this is too much for my little heart. This is just too much for me right now. Am I live? Just Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Am I fucking live? I'm live? Okay. Because on my end, it says that I am running late to connect the live stream. It says scheduled across the screen. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Let's just take a moment. Let's take a moment. It's going to be perfectly fine. Let me put all my stuff back on screen. All right, the pressure of it all. So, guys, I'm going to be doing a fire ceremony today. I'm going to have to change the time because I have a very last minute, very important appointment that I have to get to in a few minutes. So I won't be able to start the fire ceremony at 9 a.m. as planned. I will, however, be able to read for you guys until that appointment starts. Okay. So let me just. All right. We're going to try and make this as efficient as possible. Now that I'm completely frustrated, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a few cards. The pressure of it all. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of frustration, a lot of that very intense energy and expectation. We got to make sure that we are fully present and fully aware of whatever it is we need to be present and aware of, right? So, love it. Got it. Okay, dedication. Again, this card has come through so many times in the past few days. I almost want to say, like, every single time I pull from this deck, this card comes up. Okay. So, dedication. You have to know what you're dedicated to. Are you dedicated to your suffering, or are you dedicated to your, I don't know, to your success, to your growth, to your healing? Like, what are you dedicated to. Concealment. There's someone trying to make moves in a very concealed manner. They're trying to keep their movements hidden. I don't know if it's a negative thing, a positive thing, or just a thing, but it's definitely a thing you need to be aware of, right? Okay. Remembrance. Allowing yourself to remember exactly what your objective is. What is your goal right now? Why is that your goal? Are you needing to allow yourself to really be aware of whatever it is? And whatever this thing is that you need to be aware of, is it like you need to prepare for, I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's definitely a weird feeling. It feels like there are pressures and expectations that are going to be very, very difficult for you to live up to. But the thing is, it's like those pressures and expectations that are just basically impossible. They're coming from you. So the pressure of it all, what are you pressuring yourself into? Okay, homecoming. Okay, so someone is being guided by their ancestors to come back home. They're trying to hide their movement. They're dedicated to this happening, but they're also trying to respect boundaries. In that attempting to respect boundaries, they're finding it very, very difficult to find the space, the wiggle space, room to enter into your space. I don't know that this is not welcome. Part of me feels like for some of you, you are in fact welcoming it. This is making me cramp. It's like you are welcoming it, but at the same time, you're not, because you have some reservations due to, I assume, the way things played out previously. So, okay. Are we going to live in the then, or are we going to live in the now? That is the question. Are you going to live in the then, or are you going to live in the now? If you're going to live in the past of what has happened previously, you're going to continue to build pressure until you actually blow a gasket. You're going to blow your whole stack. I'm over here like, maybe you need to ask yourself what you want again. Do you want to be, in interactions with this individual? I mean, I don't know. Is this a love reading? What the hell? All right. Let me see what these cards say. Yeah, it is. They don't know how to start it off. They don't know how to initiate it. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're the cross watcher. You're watching for a Piscean. You're cross watching for someone that, you came across my channel and you're like, oh, you remind me of my someone. So maybe I'll watch you and see how you think so I can find out how they would think. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. They don't know how to initiate this, but they do want union with you. All right. It'll be successful for whoever it is that wanted. I really don't like these readings. I'm going to be honest. I really don't like these readings simply because of the fact that, um, sometimes people will get obsessed with you and then they'll watch these types of readings and then they'll be like, oh, see, because they do want it, not from you. Shit. If they do want it, it's not from you. Like, you guys, we have to be very, very careful and mindful of how we receive the words that come out of general readings. Now, it would be a whole different thing if we were doing a private reading and I'm over here telling you like, no, they it's reciprocated. They really like you. They also don't know how to move forward and move towards you. This is a general reading. You cannot use my words to justify your obsession with someone. I mean, yes, granted, if the person you are obsessed with is a Piscean, that's a little bit hard to figure out because Pisceans. Pisceans make everyone feel comfortable. They like try and go out of their way to make you feel special because that's just how they are. And that does not mean that they reciprocate this obsession that you're developing. It doesn't also mean that they don't. So, um, yeah. Okay, so Michael is telling me my words are falling on deaf ears because the people who need to heed what I've just said are the very people who will never heed what I just said because they're so fixated that they will choose to believe that none of what I said applies to them. So, uh, I guess I should just carry on with the reading. All right. The warrior in reverse. There's nothing to fight. There is no fight that's going on. There's nothing to fight. Um it feels like there's an ego battle that happened, like it was really, really a massive ego battle. Like, do you not know who I am? Honey, no one knows who you are. Okay, my snarky needs to just chill. I need to chill out with being snarky. Um it's this very real sense of a person, whoever this is, was kind of like, how dare you not jump at the opportunity to get some attention from me, like how dare you. And it's almost this thing of, right, but how dare you. um it's this sense of like they can't walk away from you, but at the same time they can't walk towards you because of the fact that they're so full of their own ego. What's the solution? I don't know, suffer. What other solution is there going to be if you're not willing to walk forward from that space of ego based, bruised ego based behaviors? Then suffer. That's the only other option. Oh, there can't be, that has to be other. No, there's no other options. Maybe you're suffering and feeling the way you do. So that way you can get your head out your ass. Just get it out your ass and allow it to breathe a little bit. No joke. No joke. For some, this is not going to apply to everyone, but for those who are in these situations where it's like you don't know how to connect, you don't know how to fix things, and you kind of have this assumption that you fix things by trying to force them into caving to your will. No, no. I don't think they're going to cave to your will. I think you finally probably found a match and they're going to match your energy like a mofo. Pisces, when we get super toxic, we can match energies like a mother fluffer. So I'm just saying, if you want a different outcome, you need to have a different um you need to have a different process. You need to go about this in a completely different way because the way you've been going about it, like how long has this been going on? Let's just talk here. How long has this been going on? Has it been going on for a while? I'm assuming it's been going on for a while because the energy of it is that you're fixated. If you're fixated and it's been going on for a while and you've been doing what you do for a while, I'm here to tell you as a representative of the Pisceans, it's not working. It's not working. So try something else. Go a different angle. Y'all, you're making me click my cap. You got to try a different angle, or you got to just leave it alone. If you don't have the courage to approach this from a mature place, a mature emotional state, leave it alone. Leave it alone. No one is telling you that you have to, I don't know, grow up. Maybe. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I'm going to choose to shift my energy because, like, the energy that I'm now reflecting, it sucks. It sucks. And I think for whoever was resonating and you feel like I'm calling you out, it sucks. The energy, the approach, it sucks. I'm going to read you a poem. Um, Hold on. I'm going to read you a poem. This poem is a way you approach Piscean. Ahem. 100 Love Sonnets by Pablo Neruda. I don't love you as if you were a rose of salt, topaz, or arrow of carnations that propagate fire. I love you as one loves certain dark things secretly between the shadow and the soul. I love you as a plant that doesn't bloom but carries the light of those flowers hidden within itself. And thanks to your love, the tight aroma that arose from the earth lives dimly in my body. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you directly without problems or pride. I love you like this because I don't know any other way to love, except in this form in which I am not, nor are you. So close that your hand upon my chest is mine. So close that your eyes close with my dreams. If you can't approach a Piscean like that, I mean, just stop. Stop. You're wasting your time. You have to approach a Piscean with your soul laid bare, for anything short of that is unworthy of the approach. And maybe that's your problem. You're still trying to play these games, trying to entice a Piscean who's grown bored of your games. Maybe try not playing, so that way a Piscean can have something of interest. I'm just saying. I'm wondering if you finally found yourself a Piscean who is actually exceptionally emotionally mature. I mean, there's a depth to Pisceans that make it very, very difficult to actually witness the true gravity of their presence, the true gravity of their personality and purpose. Pisceans naturally know how to play a role, not because we're fake, but because we know how to fit between the cracks, much like water. We know how to seep out of your reach if you don't have the capacity to hold us properly. Those cracks that exist within you, the cracks that are there because of your insecurity of yourself and your lack of self-worth and your perception of that lack of self-worth, those are the spaces in which you lose us. Patch that shit up. Figure yourself out. You want the love of Pisceans? You got to earn it. You have to be worthy of it. Because I promise you, if you encourage a Piscean to play games with you, that's going to end badly for you. You're going to get your feelings hurt in a way that you never thought you could. Never invite a Piscean to something you can't guarantee you'll win. And I promise you, Even if you think you've guaranteed your success, they probably just let you feel like you'd win because they felt badly for you. Piscean is not the one to play with because, honey, we're very good at games if we want to be. So you're either going to do something constructive with this fixation, like be a healthy individual and approach in a space of respect and growth, or you're going to have your karma delivered to you in a beautiful little package with a satin bow sprayed with the most delectable perfume. And you're going to have no idea what's inside that little ass box. It's called karma. We don't choose to be your karma. You're the one that selects us to be. So I'm done playing with you. Your focus and lack thereof, and your lack of movement is unattractive. All right. So the moon in reverse and less. Someone's having a really hard time hiding the fact that they lust after you. The pressure of it all. The pressure of it all. Loyalty in reverse. I mean, if you lack the capacity to have loyalty, I'm bored. It's unattractive and it's boring. That's the same old basic ass Amazon primed F-boy starter pack. I'm more amused with myself than I am with you. Stop. I'm saying this as the representative of Pisceans. Your summonings has been canceled. Okay, seriously. I don't know. I feel like someone wants to try and play games. I do like games, just not with people who suck at it. Okay, so I'm just saying. I think everyone needs to just really, really think about what it is they're being pressured into. I think for some of us, not just Pisceans, but empaths, for some of us empaths, what ends up happening is we feel pressured to play into whatever role someone is inviting us to fill because they're giving us this like sob story. I thank God every day for my Capricorn moon. I thank God every day for that Capricorn energy because, like, for real, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. What I want is to be able to have healthy connections with other people. Is that what you guys want as well? To have healthy connections with others? Like, if you're just going to be this cumbersome weight, I mean, I would rather just go to the gym and lift weights. Like, I don't want to have to carry you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to carry me. I'm saying, as a representative of the Pisceans, I would like an equal at the very least, if not someone who is far beyond what I've been able to achieve for myself, not because I I want to benefit off of the work that they've put into their life, like I don't want to be taken care of. What I want is for someone who far exceeds where I have reached so that I have inspiration to go and match your energy and find you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this thing of, at the very least, the bare minimum, you need to be an equal, equally strong in mind, equally strong in spirit, equally balanced in emotions and maturity. If not, then no. No. You guys don't have to feel pressured by anyone or anything. You can say no whenever you feel like it. I'm absolutely serious. Excuse me. There's a lack of balance. This lack of balance is diminishing your strength. This diminishment in your strength will eventually lead to you understanding the gravity of your self worth, right? the gravity of your self-worth. There's a lack of communication. There is a lack of communication, and the communication that is coming through, it's like almost like some telepathic, energy based. It feels like um it's just a sense, like someone is picking up on the sense of something, and that even that communication is upside down. See, unconditional love is what people are seeking, but that unconditional love does not mean they have to tolerate your caca, your lack of maturity, your lack of detectable growth. Oh, and yes, ladies, even gents, everyone. If someone approaches you from your past and, they're approaching you again, right? They're trying to circle back around and reinitiate some type of connection with you. Here's the thing. If I cannot detect the type of growth that you've gone through while you've been absent, you might as well not have grown. If you still feel like the same person, I don't want a repeat of the same bullshit that got you excommunicated the first time. You got to feel different to me. I'm very sensitive to people's energy. And, I kind of feel inclined to say all of you are also very sensitive to other people's energies, or you probably wouldn't resonate with me. You probably would not be joining me on this live. And it probably would just be something that, you know, mm, mm, you know? So it's okay for you to have standards. It really truly is. If the person still feels exactly the same as they did when you walked away or when they abandoned you, yeah, no, thank you. Literally, no, thank you. You gotta you gotta have grown to a degree that you're a completely different person. So now I have a reason to choose to get to reacquaint myself with you. If not, what's the point? What is the point? Okay, case in point. And this is such a good case in point. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I'm still Jenny from the block. She's still Jenny from the block, yeah. Um, if one were to believe some of the reports coming out, uh, yeah, you didn't learn the first time, girl. Girl, you didn't learn the first time. Like, what was so different about him now that you would even revisit that, much less marry it? Are you serious? Mm-mm. Uh-uh. With every conflict that I have with my husband, and it's a real marriage. It's a real marriage. There's plenty of opportunities for conflict. Whatever conflict I have with my husband, we both have to come out as a different person on the other side of that, or yeah, no, nope, no, because I'm getting older. I don't have the patience for fucking bullshit. I don't. I don't. The older I get, the less patience I have for the same cyclical bullshit. And if you don't feel your behavior is bullshit, right? But I do, well, then you can be with someone else because that's a misalignment that's irreparable. I'm not going to compromise my standards for myself at this point. Like, no, no, I will not. And I think if you get to a point where you no longer accept the need to compromise what your standards are, and I'm not talking about People who have this very unrealistic, obnoxious expectation of other people. I don't expect my husband to cater to me if I'm not willing to cater to him, right? Just like I don't expect myself to have a good attitude if he's not going to have a good attitude. I'll throw that shit right back at you at this point. You don't like it? Oh well. Oh well. Then change your attitude so I can throw back at you a good attitude. One that's enjoyable, pleasurable to be around. I'm so serious about this whole conversation. You continue to compromise your self-worth, they'll live up to that compromised perception of what you deserve. Well, if they do it again, are you serious? You're gonna wait for it to happen again? Like, if I get that upset that I make a big deal out of it, no, I better feel you changing as we're having this conversation, because if you're not changing as you realize through my communication how royally you fucked up, um, can you pack your bags while I talk? To the left, everything I own in the box on the left, in the closet, that's my stuff. If I bought it, please don't touch. Keep talking that's fine. Can you walk and talk at the same time? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No. Stop compromising what you deserve to hold on to someone or something that's not even worthy of you. When you come to the table offering everything that you are, I mean, they better match that energy. I don't come to tables often. I really don't. I really, really don't. Not friendship tables, not business tables, not any table. I really don't. I have my own table. I sit at my own table. And that's the thing. If I were to ever come to your table, I would be willing to play the fool for you. I would be willing to fight for you without you ever having to ask me to do either or. If you're not going to match my energy, I'm sorry that I'm not sorry that I'm walking away, because your shit, not worth it. Not worth it. If you're going to half-ass your approach to a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, then you can't be upset that someone else is half-assing it. If you're going all the way, you should never have to settle for anything less than what you are bringing, because anything less than what you are bringing is unnecessary. Do it for yourself. Love yourself. Do it for yourself. You're going to love someone into wholeness. Why don't you love yourself into wholeness so that you'll stop seeking your other half, right? And it goes into that topic of twin flames, twin rays. And it's this thing of, that's not your other half. That's a whole ass other person. That is literally a whole ass other person. That is not your other half. Their presence can be complementary to your journey, or it can absolutely detract from it. And whatever you allow is actually what will be allowed to happen. You have to believe in yourself and your ability to rise above the limitations of your perception of yourself. You have to enter into the valley of your own shadows so that you can better understand what it is you need to work on for yourself, what it is that causes you to feel like you have to settle for subpar treatment, subpar treatment with a subpar partner. I mean, is that even a partnership? Because a partnership would be two equals coming together and equally contributing, right? And it's not this 50-50 thing. It's this thing of, you better be strong where I am weak, because I promise you, I will be strong where you falter. And not accepting any the pressure of it all. I'm wondering if for some of you, you're feeling the pressure to make things work because, there's that label that's been affixed. There's been this label that's been affixed, and so now you're like, "I have to be committed to this." Sometimes when I package up breads, I will put the wrong label on accident, right? I'm not going to leave an apple bread label on fairy berry bread because they're not the same thing and they contain different ingredients, right? So, what's gonna end up happening is if I leave the apple bread label on the fairy bread, I'm going to think that the fairy bread, this magical ass bread, is apple bread, which is also magical in a different way. They're not the same magic. They're not the same magic. And to leave the label on there because what, you don't want to waste a label, um, that's obnoxious. That's obnoxious. I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys this because it's necessary. Yeah, no, I would either rip that label off and put on the appropriate label, or I would throw the whole package away, get out a brand new package, put in a brand new bread, and stop playing games with myself. I'd be so irritated, Jill. All right, let me put this here. You guys got to see this so that you can understand the gravity. The gravity of the magicalities. All right, are y'all ready?
I thought you were like going to get a.
Pause. Pause, sir. Pause. Let me. No. No. How do I do it? All right. Well, just look at that, okay? Look at that in the center. All right. You see that? Want some fairy berry bread.
That's so adorable.
Like he's sticking his tongue all the way in. It's a bee. He's trying so hard. There's his tongue right there. It's so weird. I didn't know bees' tongues are that long.
You think that's like good luck?
I think that means the fairy berry bread is super magical.
I know.
Yeah. You know what he did? So I finally lifted the cover. I lifted the cover. It's a glass cover off of the cake, whatever the hell that is, the cake stand. And he started walking on the surface, just in that little area. And as he was walking, I was looking, and this mofo was dragging his tongue or her tongue. Those bees are females. And so, yeah, her tongue was all the way like behind her already, and she's just walking, dragging her tongue. I was like, "Ooh, you're nasty." And then I shooed her and she flew away. But the fairy berry bread is amazing, as well as the apple bread. She loved it. She loved it. All right. I got to get going. So, fire cleanser, you got to burn away all of the BS that you've been, participating in inside your head. Okay. And Darn fire activation. You have to make sure, that you allow yourself to activate in ways that are appropriate for you. Redirection, sigil, and reverse. There's nothing to be redirected from. For some of you, you got to deal with this. For some of you, you have to deal with this. You got to. You got to. There's pressure being placed on you. There's this pressure to change in order to exit out of these cycles that you've been in. Now, I don't know if it's you or if it's the other person, but there's some cycles that have been going on. So, galactic heritage in reverse. Excuse me. This has a lot to do with the energies of things from the past. This is past life stuff that's bleeding over into current life stuff. There's an abundance of lessons to be learned. I feel like whoever this is that's lacking the courage to approach you, they're like really struggling with a lot of this shadow work. They're struggling with their shadow self. They're struggling to complete the shadow work. And I don't know, it's like a bratty type behavior. I don't work well with brats. I don't like adult brats. Like bratty children, especially the younger they are, the more likely I'm able to stabilize that situation and and really be of some type of assistance. Bratty adults, I often find myself thinking and visualizing um punching you in the throat. That's the rudest shit ever, but it's true. It's honest. It's very, very honest. Like when people start acting bratty in front of me, and I'm just kind of like, it's just like right there, your larynx. You just punch that. It will shut you the fuck up if I punch that. But I could also potentially collapse your trachea. You won't be able to breathe. Maybe I shouldn't do that. That's what goes through my head. Like, I just fucking punch you in the throat. Not in the mouth, because you're still going to be able to talk. In the throat, you'd cough. Not too hard. We don't want to collapse it. But I might be a little too excited. That might actually cause true harm. I just want you to shut up. That's what goes through my head. I just dislike those kind of behaviors. So I just admitted a part of me. That's part of my shadow aspect. This is part of my shadow self. I really am just like, no one's ever punched you in the throat, huh? I'm not going to do it, but I'd like to. Rebirth of magic. I think all of this is going to cause your magic to come back to you. This is going to cause you to begin seeing things and people in the way that you need to see it. I'm just like, oh. Let me read a final card. Let me read a final card. Oh my gosh, you could be a big brat. You should maybe never let me see that. Yeah. Let me get a card out. So guys, if you want to join me for the fire ceremony tonight, I'll probably have my attitude adjusted by then. Hopefully I will eat some like healthy food so that I could be healthy in my communication. I'm gonna have to go live 7 p.m. Pacific, no, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this evening. Got a last minute appointment that starts in a few minutes. I'm very sorry that I have to change the time. Okay. The fairy bread looks really moist. Let me stop. Card number 6, 1. That looks like a cervix up top. That totally looks like a cervix. And I have abolished duality for myself. I have seen the two worlds as one. One I seek, one I know. One I see, and one I call. Okay. You look for me, and what do you see? You. Am I playing games with you? Holding up a mirror for you to behold God? Yes, there are games of love and truth. Look for me and find yourself, for I am you and you are me, and together we are one, playing hide and seek in love's great playground. Let me add to that thought. I'm sorry, Rumi, to add to your deep introspection. This whole concept of I am you and you are me. Um, yeah, way up high in the highest levels of frequency. We are one, we are totality. While you are in body, I am abso-fucking-lutely not you, and you are abso-fucking-lutely not me. Stop with this bullshit of I am you, you are me. If I was you and you were me, you would understand how fucking disrespectful your behavior has been. Right? Right. So if I am you and you are really me, I then have a right and an obligation to hold you to a standard that is so fucking ridiculous because that's the level that I deserve. Y'all be letting people, oh, they're my twin. I have to be patient. Fuck that shit. You know what? You want to know my standard for my twin, right? You better fucking worship me like the goddess that I am. Because if you don't, be gone, fucking peasant. I'm saying, you want the title of Twin Ray? You want to be my Twin Ray? You better know me inside and out and know exactly what not to do and how to do what you should do. You better know me better than any other person in this world. And if you're going to be hurtful, that's because you know how to hurt my feelings. So fuck you. I need to eat. I'm fucking grumpy. Like molten gold, poured from the furnace of divine love into one of a kind mold. You are created uniquely and of divine essence. You are both the lover and the beloved. There is no aspect of your life separate from your spiritual journey, and there is no aspect of you that is not of divine origin. So then, why the frowning, the fear, or the questioning? Let me share a sublime secret with you. Let me whisper it into your heart. There is nothing to fear, and all is unfolding according to the divine genius. And there is a sweet shift in store for you. No matter how dire circumstances may appear to be, or despairing you may feel, there is still an avenue through which fulfillment and resolution will be granted. This will happen. That is because the divine seeks wholeness of the one. That means anything and every part of existence, and that includes you and all aspects of your being and life, is claimed by the divine. Your return to the divine is demanded, every part of you, every life circumstance. The divine keeps rigorous, flawless accounts. That means we remember. That means we remember. Okay. Therefore, nothing shall be left accounted for, not even that which seems to be outside of divine attention and grace at this moment. You must remember that you are a living heart, the dweller at the center between heaven and earth, star and soil, light and dark. If you cannot summon the joy to rise up and meet the divine beloved, fear not. That cunning lover lies deep within the depths, waiting to gather you into sacred embrace as you descend into darkness. Either through flying or falling, you shall be caught and tangled up in divine embrace. So fear not. Cast aside worry and concern. Know that you are thoroughly itemized on the divine ledger, and not one moment of your struggle or suffering shall miss the hawk like gaze of the ever attentive and heavenly beloved. This oracle comes to you with particular guidance. There is a friction or conflict within you or your life right now, a sense perhaps of being pulled in more than one direction and confusion because of this. Hi, Maria. You are questioning which path to take, this way or that. What if you choose this path and it turns out the other would have been better? But how can you know now what choice, if any, is the most needed in your life? So many questions. Your mind is scurrying. There's no other word for it. Backwards and forwards it goes, to and fro, trying to settle upon the truth. I love you too much to allow this to continue unchecked. Hence, I'm checking you today. Surrender it. Give it up. The truth you seek is this: you shall be. You shall manifest your destiny just as the acorn grows into the oak tree. You cannot be other than what you are, and as you accept this, life responds. It breathes and relaxes around you so what you need can come to you more easily. It finds you, drawn to the need in you that is natural and inviting, and not a cause for anxiety or distress. The need leads to satisfaction. What is desired and what fulfills that desire is one. They are lovers that come to each other naturally, even through darkness and confusion, drawn to each other, following the natural course of the universe to become one. So do not fret and fear. Do not hold back from that which feels incomplete out of anxiety or distress. It's just the lover that will soon be joined by the beloved. You are recognizing the moment before this occurs, so fret not. And instead, let that inner lover loose. So you're picking up on someone who is potentially working on themselves so that they can be more worthy of your presence. Good. Good. It's just the lover that will soon be joined by the beloved. You are recognizing the moment before this occurs, so fret not, and instead let that inner lover loose. Allow her to shake out her hair and put on her most sensuous perfume and laugh as she dances barefoot in fields of lush grass and fragrant flowers. Let her tempt her beloved to come close because she can be seen, she can be heard. Her movement sends her scent through the air. She entices the yearning beloved to her, and soon enough they meet, and it becomes possible for yet again two to become one, and then there will be wild peace and ecstatic contentment within you. If there's any part of you struggling to surrender the conflict between the old and the new, between what has been and what needs to be, between passion and duty, creativity and rationality, between this role or identity, then know this: even the conflict serves. Don't choose either one and believe it is the answer. Sometimes the sacrifice is not one or the other, but the idea that it can only be one or the other. At another level, a level of divine resolution, there is beyond the apparent polarity and conflict a third way. The rising up to where there is only perfection taking place constantly. Open your heart, you'll find the bridge to understanding and trusting in that perfection there, where it has always been and will always will be. Don't worry, all is happening exactly as it should. This oracle brings you particular guidance. There is a resolution and a perfect coming together of elements in your life that might have seemed disparate or in conflict. Something you've been trying to integrate is so very nearly ready to click into place. Perform a sacred honoring ritual and stay with your process. The coherence, the integration, the balance and coming together you seek is on the horizon, approaching you swiftly now. So, one of the most powerful things you can do as you shift your perception of yourself in your life is to go from this or to an and type position. It doesn't have to be either or. It can be and. You can have your purpose and your peace. You can be every single aspect of yourself at one time. It doesn't have to be light or dark, masculine or feminine. It can be all of that, the totality of you. It should be. And maybe that's why you struggle, because you have been existing in a dualistic state, a state where it's either or. You can only either be masculine or feminine. I am the most masculine female or the most feminine male. I don't really care how you see it. The fact of the matter is, I tap into all of me, and that will cause you to crave me. Deal with it. Sometimes people need to just deal with it. Deal with the effects of your presence. They have to deal with how you make them feel, because your energy is just so potent that they can't help themselves. To which all I can say is help yourself anyways. Show some restraint, show some self control. You guys, allow everything in your life to guide you to exactly where you need to be within yourself. Allow yourself to really be aware of what it is you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to bring to you, what you are trying so hard to bring back into your life. Do you want peace, or is it a specific person? Do you want that person because that person somehow, some way represents your peace? I don't know. Find your answers and you'll find your peace. So I got to get going. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I will be doing 1010 because today is a 1010 portal, you. It's probably why my attitude is like this. Today is a 1010 portal. I'm going to be doing expedites and a fire ceremony this evening instead of in a few minutes. Join me tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be here on Facebook and on YouTube doing expedites. You still have time to purchase if you would like energy work done on you. Okay. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye, everyone. Oh, how do I end this live stream? Oh no, I can't end it. Shit. I have to manually end it. How do I manually here? There.